From the Fox 5 studios, this is the RebZone Sports Show.
Sponsored by Hennessy Haight, Help is Here, and by Flowing Tide Pub.
This team, and you know, when we come in, that there's a standard that I expect them to play with, and I expect them to perform with every single day. You know, and coming here, I told them I came here to win championships. It's, you know, I want to come back. I love development. Listen, my passion is developing young men, developing players, right, and helping them succeed in life. That's really what I want to do. But my reward of that, I want that reward of us winning championships. And I think that's been a huge factor. And I think that's the mindset since the day I've got here that this team has taken, that everything that we do has to be at a championship level standard. And we're going to hold everybody accountable to that.
The UNLV football season is here. We're inside the Fertitta Football Complex with head coach Dan Mullen. Game week is here. Coach, fall camp has wrapped up. It was a hot one, but your guys were grinding. They were a sponge this season. What can you tell Vegas about your team this year?
Well, you know, I mean, the training camp itself was fantastic. I thought our guys worked. And, you know, one of the things you always want to look at when taking over a new team, and it is a new team. You know, there's some, you know, all the Rebel fans are going to see a lot of new faces out there with the transfer portal. There's some carryover from last year, but new coach, a lot of new players. But effort is the biggest one for me. And I don't think there's been one day that I've been here that I've questioned our effort. And I think that is a huge part of it. When you get into training camp, there's a lot of teaching, a lot of football going on. The thing I was most excited through training camp, as you said, we had some hot days out here. But you know what? The effort never dipped, never dropped, and that allowed us to coach a lot of football and get this team ready to go play.
Speaking of the heat, this has to be one of the toughest training camps in the country. 110 every day, hydrating, getting these guys in shape. What was that like?
It's a dry heat. Right? It's a dry heat. No, you know what? I think we did a great job. We got lucky with some of our days of practice and how the calendar matched up for us. But you know what? I think when you look at the nutrition staff, our training staff, our strength and conditioning staff, did a really good job monitoring practice time. We adjusted some practice times, you know, of whether, hey, what's the temperature going to be more when we get off the field? That was the whole deal. And then let's work back from there, how we have to start. I think our guys handled it well. You know, we came through training camp relatively healthy, which is really important. And a lot of that is, you know, Coach Marr and his strength staff getting them prepared over the summer. Our athletic training staff, fantastic job of what they did. Our nutrition staff, keeping them healthy all through training.
All right, Coach, let's dive into the X's and O's. Over 55 new players taking the field this fall. Let's start with your offense. Really talented offense that you have this year. What can you tell Las Vegas about your guys?
Well, you know, I mean, the one thing, we want to put a show on every Saturday. And, you know, you come see us play. We want to be, you know, a high-scoring, explosive offense. You know, and we're going to find ways to do it. We're going to run, the pro spread that we created 25 years ago, right, where, you know, we're trying to create matchups across the field. And what I want to do is create one-on-one matchups, get our great players locked up against in a mismatch with a defensive player, and we'll do it through the run game. We'll do it with the running backs. We had a really deep running back room. We'll do it with the quarterbacks with their arms and legs, and then we'll do it trying to create different matchups with our wide receivers all over the field.
A ton of depth, a ton of experience on the offensive side of the ball. Really talented quarterback room this year, Coach. What can you say about the competition in that room?
It's been fantastic. You know, I think the key is the guys, you know, their relationship with each other, of a friendly relationship that's competitive. And they're two, you know, when you look at Alex Origin, you look at Anthony Calandra, the competitiveness that those two have, and what they do to push each other on a daily basis, I think is fantastic. Then their friendship of helping each other helps a lot. You know, the fun one for me is they both have different skill sets. You know, and they're both talented in a lot of it. But you know, you take that final 30% is different. They bring something different to the table. You know, and this coming Saturday, you know, show up. You're going to see both guys play on Saturday.
Let's talk about the defensive side of the ball, Coach. How much have you enjoyed working with Paul Gunther in this building?
He's done a great job. You know, and you know, one of the things you look at is, you know, his experience running a pro-style defense. I think the buy-in for the players of coming in and said, hey, obviously, you know, his experience, his knowledge, making sure we're getting people where they need to be. I think we have some talent on the defensive side of the ball, and hopefully some depth as well. And those guys really excited about knowing they're running the scheme. They see the success we're having on the field, but knowing that for a lot of the guys and their dreams to go, not just play Saturdays, maybe play Sundays, and that they're playing in a system that's going to prepare them to play at the next level as well.
I want to go deeper into that, the NFL experience in your coaching staff. A lot of coaches have told me this is a professional brand of football you guys are playing. Can you speak on that?
Yeah, I think one of the things, and in today's world, you're in with the transfer portal world, and there's still the growth. We want to recruit high school players, grow and develop them, but we're going to run the program in a pro fashion, in NFL fashion, to take care of business, to act like a pro, train you to be a pro, prepare you for that next level. And, if you look at it, the type of offense we run, and the type of defense we run pro systems. And so I think as guys and the players are coming and they're saying, hey, we're going to have that opportunity to be developed, to play in a pro system, to play in kind of a pro environment, and be maximized and grow. Still, that we're not going to forget that college development side, and I think that's the part that gets missed. The guys love being treated like pros and being acting like a pro system, but they still have to be developed, and we don't miss that, and that's the key part to it all.
Yeah, no, I think it's awesome just because we're all new to the offense, right? So no one has been in Coach Mullen's offense in the quarterback room, so we're all learning it together and we're all going off each other on different questions and stuff like that.
It's been great. I mean, getting a first-person point of view at learning the spread offense created by, Urban and Coach Mullen himself. So it's a great opportunity to really see true football in its purest form and get it from the source. You see the stuff on tape and you don't have to, tell your coach to make this call or assume anything. You got the guy who invented it right there down the hallway and sometimes in the meeting room. So it's a great resource to have, and it's just, you know you're getting smarter every day in the quarterback room.
We're sitting in the lobby here at the Fertitta Football Complex, right next to the Fremont Cannon and the Golden Pineapple. Just so many great memories here and those trophies. When you look back at being in the Mountain West Championship the past 2 seasons, what is that hunger like this year?
It's fueling the tank because, for the past 2 seasons, we just that inch right there. So it's just fueling the pot more, just wanting it more and more and more, and just being eager to get it.
We really missed you at the Mountain West Media Days. I know you're almost 21, almost there, but the preseason accolades that have been rolling in for you this season, what does that mean to you?
It's honoring, just knowing that there's people out here just watching my accomplishments. It's gratitude, just staying humble. I'm really thankful for the awards because where I come from, but just not letting that get to my head. Just keep playing football, just keep being me. Looking
back at last year's 11-win season, the big numbers you put up and the offense put up, what's in store for you this year?
This year I've keyed in on just, finishing, just being me, doing what I have to do, my 111 to help the team out, just doing everything I can just to help.
Want to wrap it up with how big this season is for you. What's your why entering this season?
My why this year, I've changed it over the time, but for this year, it would be for my father. He passed late, like a couple months, so just really just trying to do it for him because, he didn't have the opportunity. Just seeing him at the games brings me smiles and joy, so I'm just continue to push on for him.
You have a really talented quarterback room this fall. Love to see the competition going on at fall camp. What can you say about Anthony Calandria and Alex Orji?
They're both unbelievable people. The cool thing when it comes to competitions that a lot of people, they don't really know how the competitions work or where it goes through or how you do it. But for both of those guys, it's their first time in the offense. And they both know that they need each other. And so they both communicate. They both help each other try to get better. They both have their strengths. So it's really cool to watch the two of them work together.
So many weapons on the offensive side of the ball this fall, just talking with Coach Mullen. Every position seems really stacked this season. What can you tell Vegas about what kind of offense they can expect to see this fall?
Yeah, no, we have playmakers all over at every position. And so so for us, we're just trying to find the best way to find out what those guys do best, and then find the way to put those guys in the right position to make plays and let those guys be successful.
Love to see your passion on the football field. What a great teacher you are. Can you talk about that passion and maybe the football family you come from?
Yeah, no, so I actually grew up a coach's kid. My dad was a longtime college coach, so being around, coming to practice, it was cool. My kids get to come to practice, come to hang out and do those kind of things, and just, playing the game. Been around some really unbelievable coaches in my career as a, player and a coach, and just seeing their love of the game, it's kind of transitioned into what I'm doing right now.
Let's talk about working with Coach Mullen. Just what has it been like every day in this building?
I mean, Coach Mullen, one thing that you realize is just his knowledge of the game. I mean, just his, not just offensive mindset, but just his defensive mindset, the way to attack defenses, the way to do all those kind of things. And I mean, he's coached football at the highest level, right? And so whether it's winning the national championships or, fighting every day in the SEC, he knows what it's like. And so it's been really cool to learn from him and grow with him as we kind of install this offense.
I think up front we've gotten a lot better from the spring. We've added some pieces in there, so we're able to rush and cover and play the run. And the important thing is each guy understands what role it is. You may play on first down, not on third, and you may have to play on the goal line. And if everyone understands what their roles are, you might be a 10-snap-a-game guy, a 70-snap-a-game guy, but everybody chips in and does their 1/11th. We're going to be pretty hard to beat.
You've told me you've had a lot of fun this fall camp, just getting back. Talk about your passion working with student athletes.
It's different. They sit in the meeting and they're wide-eyed. They just want to know how can I get better? How can I learn this thing a little bit better? And I try to teach them why I would call things and why we're teaching these fundamentals and techniques, and just don't listen to me and do it. Just understand why we're asking you to do it. So it's important. So if they understand why we're asking them to do it, I think they take a bigger role in learning it. So it's been really good so far.
I've been seeing number 6 and number 7 flying around in the backfield. What do you love about their energy?
Just that they always come ready to practice. Mumu, AB, those guys are they're fun to be around. That's the most important thing, because they love being out there. They love supporting their teammates. They're understanding what we're doing. So it's been a lot more fun than I thought coming to the college level.
Speaking of the fun just being held in this building, you're back here with Coach Mullen. What story or two can you share about your college days?
I don't know if it's made for this show, but no, Dan and I, we obviously went to college, a small college outside of Philadelphia, Ursinus College. It's a little liberal arts college. We were in the same fraternity and graduated the same year. Went through all 4 years. He came in as a quarterback, moved to tight end, and I was a linebacker. So like on a power play, he'd have to come down and down block the linebacker. So it's been great. He went his way in the college space, and I went to the NFL. We've always kept in contact. And we had bought a house here in October. I was with the Cowboys, and he took the job in December. So the moons kind of collided here, and everything worked out. So I'm having a ball, and I'm glad to be working with him.
Honestly, it's just about consistency, showing up every day with the mindset to outdo everybody around you. That's how you create a winning culture in a competitive environment. It's not selfish to go above and beyond and be the best version of yourself. And you see, when you have a whole group of guys doing that, it's just a competition every day of who's going to put in the most work, who's going to push themselves to that limit. And that's what I try to do. And that's what, as a young player, especially college kid, like you're out here trying to chase your dream and accomplish what not many people get to do. So it's been real cool. I got to stop by in the locker room and say what's up to the guys, and it means the world for sure.
I'm getting a little giddy right there. That was just a beautiful blessing, right? Seeing Max Crosby, seeing Von Miller, talking to those guys, going to the summit, and just gaining that knowledge, right, and taking it to upper echelon, right, dialing into what they're thinking when they're rushing, right. Really, it's not even as much as what they're doing on the field, what they're thinking. They're like, man, I'm just getting off the ball, throwing my move, and I'm getting the sack. So, it just comes, sacks come in bunches, especially when you get one. So I'm just happy to soaking it all in.
All right, we're ready to get to work here in Las Vegas. Coach, I'll wrap it up with this community, how beautiful it is. You had a youth camp this offseason. You had Max Crosby and Von Miller in your building. What can you say about this community?
Well, obviously, I think it's so big that the guys are coming to play. And we're here to represent the city of Las Vegas. We're the city's team. We're your college team. And, what we need is your help. I need everybody in this community's help show up on Saturday and support us. Come have some. We're going to put on a show for you, but we want to create an environment that's one of the great environments in college football. I want the city of Las Vegas to really experience big-time college football. I want to get UNLV back to the running Rebel days of the early 90s, right? Where everybody in Las Vegas, embraces, loves, supports the teams, and creates the best home field advantage we can. And that's what I need all our Rebel fans to do. Next Saturday, show up 1 o'clock, kick off the season, and come experience some football. We're the second football game of the year. I think there's a game in Ireland kicking off right before us. NFL is still in preseason. We are officially the second game of the year. We need everybody to come up, show, and support us.